No live commentary for the first bit of this episode. There's a bunch of friends and family over, and I'm not going to ruin their conversation by reacting to a drop or something like that, but been doing just a ton of Kerapac. This is just the newest boss, and I've got so much to get from it. I got to re-unlock the Insane Final Boss title and things like that. But yeah, I'm getting the hang of this boss. Phase 4 is now sort of, I got a good repeatable process that'll just guarantee the kill. And so yeah, doing great on that front. Got the second piece of the Fractured Staff of Armadillo, the Shaft. And so the drop rates still haven't been released, so like they're kind of extrapolating around 1 in 800 or so for a piece on each loot pile. And this was at kill count 109 solo, so that's only like 300 loot piles for 2 out of 3 pieces for the Fractured Staff of Armadillo. So I think I'm doing pretty good on the staff luck so far. So really happy about that, and it just looks crazy on the ground. That shaft just takes up so much space. And then I got the pet at 124 kill count on solos, so that's like 3 times 124 for the total loot piles it took. I'm guessing the pet is not that rare in hard mode. Looking at how many people just keep getting the pet, seems like a pretty darn common pet. So yeah, it's just nice to get out of the way. I thought I had re-unlocked the Insane Final Boss when I got that drop, but you have to get 100 kill count in normal mode on top of the hard mode kill count, which was weird. Like, that's not how Elite Dungeons work, but I guess for like all other bosses, you got to get 100 kills in both normal mode and hard mode. While getting the hard mode kills, I did get a Kerapac's wrist reps drop, so that's log progress, I guess, even though the drop itself is not that great. But then I also got another Greater Concentrated Blast Ability Codex, which I guess is probably pretty lucky, considering the kill counts, but that's good for bonds, I guess, maybe. And then finished up the 100 kills, which re-unlocked the Insane Final Boss title, so it was nice to just get out of the way. Nice and easy. It didn't seem too bad to get Insane Final Boss title back after this boss. Hopefully it'll be this easy for each front, right? So the update happened with Solak, making pages a lot easier to get, which is amazing. I can actually use my Grimoire without worrying too much about using so many pages. Got 212 pages because I went to Solak, and the first kill I went back to Solak after getting the pet, I get a 25-page cluster drop the first kill back, which was just so lucky. But there we go. Let's just charge this bad boy up, and I'll be able to use that at Kerapac, just not without having to worry about having to grind out so many pages all the time, because it's just so much faster to get pages from Solak now. So I think I've at least somewhat fine-tuned my Barrows runs, so I might as well just kind of show what I do in my process. So I figure I'll do this for like every boss that I'm completing the collection log in the series. I'm just gonna kind of go through the process of getting the kills. So yeah, I kill the melee brothers with pretty much the same sort of just destroy rotation. Well, I say rotation, you just use destroy and they pretty much die instantly. And Aram, you just Greco down. And then Linza, this is the interesting bit. So I want a vulnerability bomb, death swiftness, Greco, and then build to 37%, where you can use ECB spec. And you can also like do a little you kind of just stun Linza and Farcast it, so that saves a bit of damage there, especially with the ECB spec making so you don't heal back the soul splits, and it would instead just do a ton of damage. You'll want to kind of mitigate damage as much as you can. You see, I do have a sign on cooldown, which is kind of embarrassing. I signed to Linza for the first time, which is like kind of embarrassing, but you can get Linza down within 1 death swiftness, with the ECB pretty much doing most of the hard lifting there. But yeah, from there, you do pretty much the same thing for every melee brother. You basic, destroy, and then probably like 1 more basic, if anything. If your Kraken goes off, you can save a basic. And then you get accuracy, which is the one in the tunnel, unfortunately, so I'll just show in the tunnel, I guess. There's accuracy in the first door open in the tunnel, so basic, Greco, and basic, which usually gets him down, but I guess the Greco didn't do a whole lot of damage there. But yeah, it's just basically switch every attack, because every attack I'm going to deal enough damage to make him switch prayers. And for the gear, I've got 3 pieces of Ghost Hunter and then an augmented Animacore legs of Sliske. I use the legs because that's the one I have Crackling for, Biting for on it, which are the sort of 2 DPS perks. you really don't need Enhanced Devoted or Impatient doing Barrows, so those are the 2 perks you kind of want. I probably should get Relentless on the Crackling, but that's fine. So yeah, it's about 3 minutes per run or 2 runs per overload, so that's 20 per hour. And that's what I'm going to be doing for a long time. I hit like 2,300 kills recently, and I haven't had a duplicate. I mean, I haven't had a unique item in a very long time, but I only have like 5 normal Barrows uniques, and then the 3 Linza pieces left. So eventually I'll probably have all the normal uniques and just be doing Linza runs, which are going to be a bit simpler and faster. But yeah, that's what the Barrows grind is going to look like. Oh man, that's the first unique from Barrows in like 200 kills or something ridiculous. Torag's Helm! I just have to check the collection log just to be sure, because it's been so long. There we go. That first Torag's Helm. Now it's just 4 regular Barrows pieces left. Okay, so the Sentence and Dig site update happened, so there's a bunch of maintenance to do on the Trimmed Comp, but there we go, that should be fully exploring the site's history, and that should be the Trimmed Completionist Cape re-unlocked. Yep, there we go. So yeah, this update also brought a nerf to Greco, and a tiny nerf to Greater Concentrated Blast, but more importantly for me, in the hardcore, you can now teleport out of Virago, Solak, Raids, and all those bosses, which is huge for the hardcore. It means I can actually do those big group bosses without having to worry about dying, like, at all. If I sign, I can just teleport out. And, I mean, it would kind of screw over the team members, but the goal is to not die in the hardcore, and, yeah, I'd rather be more safe than sorry on that front. But yeah, that might actually be a good way to revive the hardcore series, is to do some of those big group bosses on the hardcore, get the Reaper title and stuff like that. So that's exciting. Well, I was just on a Twin Furies Reaper assignment, got a Crest of Zamorak, which actually finished my Twin Furies log. Like, for the longest time, that was the only thing I had left for the log. So, Golden Reaper progress? Sure. Nice Reaper assignment. Ooh, they got like kill count milestones, and that's my 500th Solak kill. Do I get any loot for the 500th kill? Hydrix Bolt tips, that's basically a loot. I'll take it. Hey, I was waiting for that drop. Like, I was thinking, like, am I going to get all 3 staff pieces before I get a single Scripture of Jazz? That'd be ridiculous, because it seems like they're a lot more common than the staff pieces. But there we go, Scripture of Jazz. Now I am 1 item off of the drop log, which is, of course, the 3rd and final piece of the Fractious Staff of Armadillo. There we go, that's a drop log. Cool, Scripture of Jazz. It's not a half bad book, but I have a Grimoire, so it's kind of not necessary. Oh, and after another long dry streak on uniques, that's a Darok's Plate Legs, which is the last piece of the Darok set, so now I'm down to, like, was it 3 uniques left? Yeah, so Aram's hood and the top and skirt of Carol's. 3 more. Oh, yes, that's like the one drop I wanted most of all from Barrows, Linza's Hammer. And the reason I wanted that Linza's piece most of all is that there's an achievement that's really annoying to get in Ironman Mode under Combat Achievements. Barrows Brothers, Brothers in Arms. I've had Linza as the last one to kill with their own weapon for the longest time, and I can finally do it. Oh, that's Runescore right there, and another addition to the drop log. There we go, so that's 3 out of 5 Linza pieces with 3 Linza's helmets, unfortunately. But yeah, just chest plate and legs for Linza and Carol left, and then Aram's hood, and I'll be done. And here we go, this should be achievement complete. You just have to deal the killing blow with the weapon, so you can just use your main weapon for most of the kill and just switch to it at the end. There we go, free Runescore. Well, I say free, took a long time to get that. Oh, finally is one of the Carol's pieces I'm missing. That's the Carol's top. So there we go. I'm 2 normal items and 2 Linza items away from the title. Sweet, progress. Don't normally record dupes, but there's another Linza's Hammer. And that's what I'm gonna call this episode, because the Glacial Front is coming out. Want to get this episode out before that update. At least with this update, I won't be gone for 2 weeks and completely missing the the free death week for the release of the boss. I do work the day of release, so I can't get at it like right away, but after that, I should have plenty of time to grind out the new boss for the new insane final boss requirements and the awesome dual wield melee set that I'm going to want. It's going to turn my Kopeshes into flanking switches or something. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I guess here's some clips of getting some more drops from Kerapac. I'm at 444 hard mode solos with the last staff piece left for the collection. And I got the last staff piece, the Armadillo's Fractured Shaft, like 300 kills ago, about 300 kills ago. So I'm like over the drop rate for the third piece, but way under the drop rate for the second piece, for two pieces in general. So it's like 1 in 260 something for a piece in solo, something like that. But yeah, I'll get the third piece eventually, and then I'll have that Fractured Staff of Armadillo. It'll be awesome, have that best in slot mage weapon. But yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time.